Hi everyone, it's Astrid. This tutorial is kind of, I guess the level would be intermediate. It's not too hard. I'm going to show you how to take a picture of an image and add it to your Abby picture. For instance, in this tutorial, we have our sexy James Bond girl here, or detective girl in a dark alley, and we're going to make her hold a revolver in her hand. So I'm assuming you've already watched the basic beginner level, or you already know how to add a background image and remove the Roy World image from your Abby, and that you already have some of those basics down. So because I didn't want every tutorial to get too lengthy, and I wanted them just to be easy to watch and understand. So I'm not going to cover all that. As I showed you in the first tutorial, the layers. So I already have my dark alley background. I've already added the Abby shadow. You can see it here. I covered that in the first tutorial about the backgrounds. And I've dressed my Abby up in the shop, and you could do yours wherever you like, in your avatar wardrobe or however you usually do it. And I've already grabbed my revolver image from Google Images. So I'll just put that into view here. And so this is very similar to what we did, or what you already know about removing the background. I'm going to take the magic wand tool, and again with the tolerance, sometimes you have to click in it to see what your tolerance level should be. You never know. I'm going to try a high tolerance of 30, and to me that looks pretty good. So I'm just holding the shift key, and I'm just selecting all these little areas by the, whatever you call that, the trigger. And I'm going to hit delete on the keyboard, and there you go. So as you can see, there was a shadow on this image. Once we size it down to her hand, you won't really be able to see that, but if you want to, you can clean it up. Just zoom in. Take the eraser brush, and I'm just going to make my size a bit larger, maybe 4. That looks good. And you can just clean up those edges like that if you have the patience to do that, which I don't always have the patience to do all this little work. I think most of my friends at Royal World know that I am already working as and studying to be a graphic designer, and I have to be so careful and detailed with my projects and studies and my work constantly that sometimes when I'm just playing with these images on Roy World, I get kind of lazy because I'm kind of doing it just for fun, and maybe I just don't want it to feel like work. I don't know. Maybe I should be more of a perfectionist, since this is supposed to be my job. But anyways, that's life. So, like I said, you can go around and erase it like that. It is tedious. You can try in some situations, because this is kind of a gradient. It doesn't work that well, but you can grab that magic wand again and click it and hit delete. That's a little faster than the eraser tool. The eraser tool is really good for really super fine edges, or weird little spots that it's hard to use the magic wand for. As you can see, there's a little bit of extra that stayed there. So again, you can use the eraser tool like this, or I'll show you a new tool here if you don't already know how to use it. It's called the Lasso Tool. It's right above the Magic Wand tool, and that just basically lets you draw, if you're steady with your hand or the mouse, you can basically draw the lasso type that you want. Hit the delete key, and that works pretty good too. When you're doing that, you may want to work with small sections, or the Polygonal Lasso tool basically lets you but select in a straight line. When you have straight lines, such as this, you can go much, much closer and clicking down onto the picture to get a more exact line. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I know some of you are little perfectionists out there, so sure, you would appreciate knowing all these little tips. Hit the delete key again, and that's that. So I'm just going to continue this with the lasso tool. Like I say, not being completely exact. And yeah, not much to talk about right now while I'm doing this. How's the weather where you guys live? Out here I'm at the southernmost tip in Canada, so there's no snow. It's not been that cold for a typical winter. And there was no white Christmas here. Sorry, that's my BlackBerry phone going off if you hear that noise. And here's another situation where the Polygonal Lasso tool would probably work better, because you can just see how I'm just moving the mouse along. And delete. And there you go. The eraser tool, I'll just fix that edge. So, here's another little area. No, there's another one out here I forgot about. So there you go. I'm done. You can see it's not super exact here, but you'll know what I mean when we size it down. It doesn't really matter that much. So, okay, like I showed you last time, and I didn't explain it very well, Control-T is the fast key to get your selection box for transforming it. You can scale, size, rotate, whatever you want. You can do a distortion scale, which I won't do. I don't need to do that today. Or you can go Edit, Transform, Free Transform. See the little arrow is checked there. That's what I'm doing now. So Control-T shows you there was the fast key. And but transform to scale, rotate, skew, distort, perspective, warp, rotate, and flip is how you get at the tools for that. So anyways, I like using the fast key. But first of all, I'm going to put it in her right hand. So first I actually do want to flip this horizontally. So that was just, again, that was just in edit, transform, and flip horizontal. Okay, so now I'm going to size it and rotate it a little bit to, you know, I just realized it looks like she's gonna shoot herself in the leg, so why don't we put it here? Rotate it about like so. That looks okay. Select button and apply. So now we're just going to zoom into that baby, and this is how I do it. There may be other tricks to this, but I'm just positioning it here so it looks like her finger is right on the trigger. Okay, so what I was saying is I want her thumb to come in front of the gun so it looks like she's actually holding it. So this is my trick. There's other ways, and I can show you other situations and some other tutorials that we'll get to, but this is what I do just for things like this. It's easier. You can do this layer, another hand on top, and remove some of that. But what I do is I just, on the layer panel here, I reduce the opacity to something like 20–25%, just so I can see the finger underneath. And then I take that free lasso tool, the one you can draw with, and on that layer I just follow the shape of her thumb. So you can still see the revolver, you can see her hand. I'm following the shape of her thumb. Select it and hit delete. And now when you move the opacity back to 100%, her thumb is in front of the gun and it looks like she's holding the gun. And that's it. That's how you take an image, remove the background, size, rotate, etc., etc. This can work with all sorts of things you might find out there that you want your Abby to hold, flowers, umbrella, put a different hat on her if you like. That's the basics, but as I continue making tutorials, I'll continue to tell you about all the tricks that I know. So that's it. Have a great day, everyone, and have fun.